Alright guys, so how's it going? Welcome back to another episode of the DUDECAST. I believe this is number 8, I think. Yeah, this is episode 8, right? Yeah, it is. Episode 8. I haven't done a podcast in a while, and I've been trying so unbelievably hard to get to making the next Firewatch video. I've been really wanting to get back into playing that, but I have been busy watching the puppy, because the puppy, Sophie, I made a video about her, you guys saw her. For those of you who watched that video, you saw her. I've been having to watch her a lot as of late, because at my job, I clock in at 6 o'clock in the morning, and then I get off at 10 o'clock in the morning. And so I have to come home and then pick up my mother from work with her car, because we'll dive into that in a second here as to why that's the case. But yeah, like I have to pick up my mom from work and then take her home so she can have her lunch break, and then she takes her car back to work, and then it's pretty much a normal day, unless if I have to work at my other job. Which, yeah, I'm working like 3 part-time jobs. I just got a new job at a radio station, which is funny. But it's for like sports and stuff like that. And it was mainly for football, but football season's over. And when I say that, I mean like high school football. So like there were only like maybe 4 or 5 games the entire season because of COVID. Still have yet to be vaccinated, by the way. I have not been vaccinated. So yeah, how have I been? You know, like, it's a pretty simple question. You know, how has Nether Dude been off camera? You know, like when Nether Dude is not making super hilarious videos that people love. Which, by the way, I posted on my Snapchat about how I was kind of shocked that nobody really watched my WrestleMania video, because I put a lot of time and effort into it, and that video blew the fuck up. It blew up, dude. Like, my next couple of videos after that blew up. Oh, excuse me. But, yeah, they blew up and they got, like, a lot of views, and so I just want to take this time to, you know, thank you for that. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. But, yeah. So how have I been? Honestly, I've been doing okay. You know, I've been this year in general, like I've been doing, I think I've been doing a lot better, because I know 2020 last year was just, God, it was a downer of a year, wasn't it? Like, it was just, oh man, it was just an awful year last year. It was just terrible. This year, I have been sort of on the path of redemption, if that makes sense, you know? Because last year, I really, like, came down on myself a lot, for a lot of faults that I have, and, like, not to mention girls. Girls were a big problem of mine last year. Because you might, if anyone even, I don't even know if anyone fucking watched it or not, but there was a video. It was the second WWE 2K20 video, if anyone's even watched it. If you go back and watch it, you'll see in the beginning, like the sort of intro to it, you'll notice that in the beginning it says I was sending a Snapchat to my girlfriend, because in the beginning of 2020 I was dating or like kind of dating someone a little bit. Like, I'm not gonna mention their name obviously, but like we had been talking for a little bit, and she had came over to the house, and we watched a movie together, and that was really nice. And a couple days after that, we were texting back and forth, and like because we had been texting like before she came over and all that. And we had met a couple times in school as well. But we kept texting each other the days after she had came over, and eventually we were like, let's just get together, you know, let's just start dating. And she was down for it, and so we were dating, like, but this was like right as soon as the pandemic started, and like everyone started going into quarantine and all that. So like we couldn't see each other, but like we had this thing going on for like a month, and we couldn't see each other because of COVID, and eventually we split a month into it. And that after that, that really like sort of threw me just down a fucking hole for like the rest of the year. Like I had other things to worry about that year as well, but that particular moment really just like sent me down the spiral, you know, like mentally anyway. Mentally it sent me down the rabbit hole, if you will. Okay, sorry if you heard that. If you did, if it made any sounds, which I'm assuming it made at least a couple sounds. If not, I'm gonna sound like an idiot. But basically, I stopped the recording because I had to go get a drink because my voice was starting to hurt a little bit. But yeah, so yeah, that kind of sent me down the rabbit hole a little bit, and yeah, like that was just, I took that really rough. It sucked, you know, like it really sucked. But you know, like it still kind of sucks now, you know, but like I'm past it now, I think, you know, I'm pretty much past it at this point. Because I think I said this already, but like 2021, sorry if you saw that, that was a friend of mine. But yeah, in 2021, I've sort of been on this like redemption, like I want redemption, you know, that's how it was at the start of the year. I was like, okay, you know, I really need to start working on myself a lot, because towards the end of the year, like midway through it, I started trying to get back with my ex from like 3 years ago. You've seen her in some of my videos. And my try not to laugh. I made a try not to laugh video with her. There are several videos of her asking me to a dance, me asking her to a dance. I wasted a lot of last year sort of crying about her, basically, and which is not healthy, by the way. Sorry, I had to like barf because like I had a burp coming and it would not come out, so I had to like push it out, and like now I tasted a little bit of vomit. I don't think that's good, but no, yeah, that me doing that about her, that is not healthy at all, and it was not healthy. It really, I don't want to say it messed me up, but like it really upset me because she moved on, and that really upset me a lot. And yeah, so I decided, you know what, this year I need to start going to the gym. I've been wanting to go to the gym for a while, and so I started going to the gym with my buddies, and so that's what, and I'm still going to the gym right now. I started going to the gym in January, and it's currently April as of this recording. So yeah, let's see here. I've been going to the gym for the past 4 months now, and yeah, so that's really been helping me out with a lot of things. And I've been looking as of late. I've been looking at myself as of late, and I've noticed that I have been gaining a little bit of muscle, which is awesome. Because you've seen me in my past videos, like, you know, I'm skinny as hell. I'm skinny as fuck, dude. I'm a twig. I'm literally a twig. And So the fact that I'm starting to see like my shoulders are starting to get a little bulkier and have a little muscle on them, my chest looks wider, like that's good. That it's slow, but it's good. You know, like we're getting somewhere. Um, so at the beginning of this video, I mentioned that I picked my mom up from work with her car, and I haven't explained why that's the case yet. So I'm just gonna be upfront about this. So a couple weeks ago, I got into an accident. All right, don't worry, nobody was hurt. Everybody was fine. My car, on the other hand, was not so fine. For those of you wondering, it was my fault. I was on my phone, which you should never do. Don't text and drive. I've learned that the hard way. Which is weird because I was always really good at like staying off my phone while driving. But as of late, I've been like on my phone a lot while I'm driving. Like not like texting, but like just like if I'm playing music or something or I don't like it, I'll like switch it on my phone while I'm driving, which is not smart at all. But it's something that I did. And I was putting something in Discord. I was trying to put something in Discord. I took my eyes off the road longer than I should have. And I looked up. The guy was turning. He stopped. I didn't. And I rear-ended him. And I impaled my radiator. His car was fine. Because he had a thing like on the bottom that you like attach a trailer to. I forget what it's called. But yeah, that's a thing that's going on in my life right now. I don't have a car right now, so that's great. But we're trying to get it fixed right now, and I'm hoping that it does get fixed by the end of May. I'm hoping, because you don't really realize how limited you are until you don't have a car. Because I want to be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go to the gym today, and then realize, oh wait, I don't have a car, so I kind of can't. So yeah, that's a thing that's going on in my life right now. So yeah, that's fun. Girl-wise, how am I doing girl-wise? How am I doing girlfriend? Do I have another girlfriend? No, not right now. I have tried to talk to several girls this past year, but nothing has worked. There's been some sparks here and there, but besides that, you know, like, nothing's really happened. Yeah, nothing's really happened at all, really. Like, God, I'm trying to think. Yeah, like, 2020, I was just obsessed with girls. Like, that's all I could think about was just girls this, girls that. And it's still kind of how I am now. Not much has changed about girls since 2020. I still cry over girls. That is true. But I mean, what are you gonna do? You know, like I try. I really do. I really try. I give it my all, but it doesn't really work a whole lot. So that's fun, you know, like that's fun. But you know, like I spent pretty much most of last year crying about my ex of 3 years, but you know, like I made the decision on my own. It was aided a little bit by her, but I made a decision that I was gonna move on from her, you know? Like, in the beginning of the year, like, it was, I don't know if it was, like, the very beginning of the year or not, but it was pretty damn close to the very beginning of the year. I made the decision to move on from her, you know, which is hard. And, you know, it's not like I'm over her or anything. Like, I want to think that I am over her, but I'm just gonna be 100% honest. I don't think I will for a long ass time, until I find someone new, you know. But like it's like moving into a new house, you know. Like you're living in a new house, and you're in this house, but you're never gonna forget the old house. You know, you're never gonna forget the first house. And that's, to me, that's kind of how it goes, you know. And do I think I'll ever be over her? Not for a long time, but I do think that I have moved on now. Not officially, because I'm single at the moment. I'm not with anyone right now. But, like, hopefully sometime soon I'm with someone, so I've, like, officially moved on for good. Who knows, you know, maybe things will change within the next years and me and her will end up back together. I don't fucking know. I don't know. Things are weird girl-wise. Nothing has really worked. But yeah, like, that's for girls. That's girl stuff. How am I doing YouTube-wise? YouTube has been, 2021 has been, like, the year for, like, highly edited videos for me. I've really stepped up my editing this year, for sure. I started editing my videos a lot towards, like, the end of 2020. And now in 2021, I've just been going, like, every gaming video I have, I go all in for it. And, like, I edit the shit out of my gaming videos these days. And even now, I'm, like, sort of starting to edit my, like, self videos, like the mac and cheese video. There were some edits in that one. Yeah, I've been really editing my videos a lot as of late. And they're turning out really good. Like, I like how some of these videos are turning out. There have been times where I've had to, like, where edits have been off in a video and, like, everything is, like, every sound bite is, like, off sync with the joke. And, like, everything was sort of off sync and not right, so I would have to, like, delete that video and then, like, fix it and then re-upload it. And then it would not get as many views as it did originally. The first Red Dead Redemption video. But you know what, that's okay. That's fine. Because they have been turning out a lot better, and I've been getting on top of that to make sure stuff like that doesn't happen ever again. But that stuff has happened where I've made editing mistakes and they made it into the video, and so I've had to, like, delete those videos, fix it, upload it again. And yeah, like, yeah. But yeah, like, I've just been having an absolute blast, you know, editing my videos, because I've been editing my videos just to make them, like, just as funny as fucking possible. And, you know, my friend group that I mentioned oh so many times, like, oh god, I just remembered, the last video I uploaded, the big silver one, it was my buddy, it was my buddy Caleb's idea, Coasty. They were like, hey, make a video about, because he got a new car recently, and he loves it. And he's like, oh yeah, you should make a video about Big Silver and how much you miss it. And, because we're all like, oh, rip the Big Silver, may it rest in peace, stuff like that. And, he's like, yeah, make a video on it. And, my other buddy Peyton, he's like, yeah, you should make a video on it, it'd be funny, do it. And I was like, normally I don't really give in to their video ideas, because they're like, because these are the same guys that wanted me to make a TED Talk about the job that I work at. Like, no, I'm not going to do that. But this one time I was like, you know what? Why the fuck not? You know? let me just do this one time. Like, so I did it. And I was like, so that's twice now for Chloe. Again, friend of mine. But yeah, so This time I was like, you know what, fuck it, you know, like let me try doing it this one time, you know, just to see how it turns out. And I instantly started thinking of ideas, and I was like, okay, so how can I make this as ridiculous as I possibly can? How can I make this as stupid and ridiculous as I can? And I was like, oh, I got an idea. Let me make this. Let me say some dumb shit, but like say it in such a serious tone. Give the video such a serious, not serious tone. You know, it's like it's a video with like a serious tone, but like it doesn't take itself serious at all. Like that's the joke. And yeah, like I've been doing that a lot, where like I just make my videos funny as fucking do stupid shit. And you know, I've been getting a lot more confident with it. So like sometimes in my videos, I'll be recording and I'll be like, mid sentence I'll be like, oh, da, 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 and then pause because I know I'm gonna edit something over that, like a laugh track or something, and then after that I'll continue to be like, you know, like. But yeah, I've been having really fun. I've been having a lot of fun with editing my videos as of late, and my friends, they enjoy my videos as well, which is, I think that's fucking awesome, you know, because like every once in a while they'll share one of my videos in the Discord, and they'll watch it, and they'll have a lot of fun with it, and I have a lot of fun listening to them react to it because I know what's gonna happen, they don't know what's gonna happen, and I find a lot of enjoyment in that, like watching their reactions and listening to them and what they have to say, you know, all that stuff. Because like over the like I was riding with my buddy Coasty, Caleb, whatever you want to call him, and he was like, yo, I have an idea, and I'm like, what? and at the same time, because we were driving around town and we drove past this like shady looking building that's in town. And I looked at it and I was like, you know what, this would be a good spot to film something, like a scene. And he's like, dude, I got an idea what we should do over the summer. And I was like, at the same time, we were both like, make a movie. And, you know, he would definitely be on board for that, because he loves doing stupid shit. And I love doing stupid shit when it's not over the line and it's just trying to be funny, you know? But yeah, like, I think that would be a lot of fun to do. And so, like, I'm coming up with ideas. I'm gonna pitch some ideas to him later on. But, like, yeah, that should be a lot of fun. Like, I genuinely want to, like, film something with them before they all go to college. I think that'd be a lot of fun. That would be so fun. But yeah, like, so yeah, that's YouTube, girls, life. Yeah, like I don't know what else to really say. Like, I've said pretty much everything. I got a story about how I moved on from my ex. I moved on. The way I moved on from my ex, I originally, because I kept our pictures for like the longest time. But I finally worked up the courage to throw them away. And so I did. I threw those pictures away, and like, I'm trying to think. Because originally, what I wanted to do was I wanted to throw them in the river, but it was cold out at the time because it was still like midwinter ish, kind of like there was snow on the ground and it was fucking freezing, and it was freezing enough to the point where the river that I lived by was frozen, so it was just like a solid sheet of ice. And I wanted to drive down to the river and throw those pictures in the river, but I couldn't do that because the river was frozen. So I just decided, you know, I'm not gonna look at the picture, but I'm gonna turn the picture upside down and I'm gonna throw it at the bottom. I'm gonna stuff it into the bottom of the garbage, so that way I don't have to see it if I walk by the garbage cans and I look at it. So that's what I did with all the pictures that I had. And then I wanted to make me getting over her, or not getting over her, but like moving on from her. I wanted to make it as dramatic as possible. Just so I could remember it. As this, like, because it was a big character developing moment for myself. So I wanted to make it as dramatic as possible. While also having some, like, emotion behind it. Because it was a big moment, it was an emotional moment for me. Like, it was a small thing, but it was a small, little emotional moment for me. God, I hate screen recording with the phone to do podcasts. One of these days I should get my own setup, you know? I really should. But yeah, that's like the third interruption now. But like, the fourth time it happens, I'm just gonna leave it. I'm just gonna leave it, fuck it. We're already this deep. So I drove down to the river, because there's a hotel by the river, and so I drove into the hotel parking lot and I parked there, and I got out, and I walked all the way down to the bench that we sat at by the river when we started talking for the first time, like 3 years ago. We sat, and the crazy thing is, I remembered where we sat. I remembered the exact same bench 3 years later. It's fucking nuts, but it's true. I did. I remembered the exact same spot, the exact same bench 3 years later. And because that was the bench that we sat at when we started talking, like officially. And so I wanted to make it dramatic, since it was the place that we sat at when we... It was the place that we sat at to remember each other. And now I wanted it to be the spot that I sat at when I moved on from her. When I let her go. And so I found the spot, and I sat down in that spot and just thought. Just started thinking. You know, just about every little memory I had of her, just started thinking. And I sat there for a good maybe 9-10 minutes, just staring off into the frozen river, just thinking to myself. And afterwards, I told myself, I'm like, you know what? I'm moving on from her. I said that to myself out loud. I said it like twice to myself. I was like, you know what? I'm moving on from her. I'm moving on. And I got up. I went to go walk away. And this next part is like, I shit you not, it couldn't have been more perfect. Well, actually, as I was sitting there, staring off into the river, in a scene out of a movie, in dramatic fashion, this flock of birds flies above me in the sky. They fly above me, and I'm like, oh wow, I'm in a movie right now. I'm in a movie right now. And so I get up, I start walking away, in a movie moment, another movie moment. I stop walking up the hill, and I look back at the bench one last time, and I'm looking back at it. I got my scally cap on, and I look at it, and I tip my cap to the bench, as to say, like, thank you. As to say, like, thank you for you know, all the memories. And I think my dog's having a nightmare. There we go. Okay, sorry about that. But yeah, I looked back at it, and I tipped my cap to the bench as to say thanks for the memories, and I walked away. And that was how that happened. So yeah, that's my little story about how I moved on from my ex. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed listening. I just had a lot of stuff that I wanted to talk about in today's episode. Yeah, like I said, I want to get to working on a Firewatch video. I've been really wanting to play that again, but I've been busy watching the puppy like for days. And yeah, so hopefully I get to play that here soon, and hopefully I get to make a video on that. If not, I got a Red Dead Redemption video in the works. The clips are ready, I just gotta put them all together and edit them, so yeah. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed listening. Thank you all for listening, and see you guys later. Bye.